In this episode, we're going to talk about conflict resolution and how to help your youngest child begin to self-advocate when they get in a difficult situation with peers. I'm Tiffany Bakke of The Self-Motivated Child, and today we're going to talk about how to help your child self-advocate, that they can speak up and communicate their needs or speak up for themselves when they're in a situation that makes them feel uncomfortable. You know, we all struggle with our peers, from young children up through adulthood, and we have to learn how to communicate our needs and figure out ways to problem solve. And knowing as adults that we experience this, it's important to help your child learn how to advocate for themselves, to foster an environment where they know how to speak up so they can be successful, self-sufficient, and be problem solvers. Conflicts arise in the workplace and in the classroom. So let's talk about in the classroom. In my early childhood classroom, my 3-year-olds are learning how to navigate the space around each other and how to share. And they're learning how to interact with one another. So we have to practice some self-advocating skills when conflicts arise. The first thing that we work on that is applicable to adults as well is using that I message to state your feelings. Address the person by name, state what has upset you, and talk about what behavior you would like to see change. And we encourage to keep out any sort of blaming or insult. You want to present the issue that you are having without doing any sort of blame or you sorts of words. The next step that we talk about doing is if that initial sort of conversation is not working, then the child needs to walk away from that child to show physically, I don't like what you're saying, or I don't like what is happening, so I'm going to walk away. And we talk to the children about staying away until that behavior, that uncomfortability subsides or is resolved. The next step that we talk to children is that they position themselves near an adult. Now, an adult at this time is also going to be monitoring the situation and be perhaps modifying the environment to create these episodes from happening, but they still may. That's where you have the children stand close to the adult, or maybe have a circle of friends that will stand up for them as well. So I am a Montessori teacher, and we have a whole piece curriculum that sets us apart from a lot of traditional education programs. And in a Montessori classroom, you'll often find a peace corner or a peace rose that when children need to work through a problem, or when a child is just upset, they can go to that peace corner to calm themselves down, recenter. It's kind of their sanctuary to get themselves rebalanced. But it's also a place where when children are in conflict, they can go and discuss their feelings. Now, sometimes the teacher will ask, do you want me to help mediate? Because your youngest children need some role playing or some assistance with the language. Other times, as the children have had practice, they can go to that area on their own. And again, they'll start with stating the person's name, stating their I feelings, and trying to work through the problem or the behavior they'd like to change. But the important thing to stress here is you cannot force a child to apologize. And if they do apologize, it has to be genuine. And so you're trying to work up to that maybe a child that's on the opposing side to at least hear what their friend is saying, acknowledge that other person's point of view, And if they're not ready to apologize, at least they've heard it. And if they are able to apologize, doing that and or making amends for the hurt feelings or the behavior that occurred. So when children are in this peace corner, they are resolving the problem themselves, because this is a chance for the teacher to step out of the role of being the peacekeeper. And this is allowing the children to practice those problem-solving skills together, being able to recognize their feelings and communicate their feelings. So if you are the adult looking in at a problem, it's really important to help your children role play and foster the language that they can use, that you then step out and step to the side and let them resolve it. But backing up, how can you create an environment of peace? Well, first you want to have some activities in place that help children find peace within themselves, whether they're yoga activities, mindfulness activities, breathing activities. And then you want to create an environment that is peaceful, that it's decluttered, and that each person has a place that they can go to work so everyone isn't on top of each other, that there's certain courtesies that are in place so that when someone is working, they're not disturbed, or someone is walking around work. So you have policies or just routines in place that are courteous and create peace. And then you have your whole peace curriculum of what to do when conflict arises and how to handle it. So if you are struggling with conflicts with peers, whether as an adult or with children, perhaps some of these tips will help you. If you like what you have seen so far, be sure to subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, follow me on Facebook at Tiffany Bakke.